it's very crucial because, I mean, we are humans, and in a sense that where you focus your energy is where things kind of make you or break you, understand? So in that sense, I learned to divert my energy into something very positive or something very uplifting, and I kind of just numb the noise. I numb the shame that's coming from people, like to look at me and judge me, to say that, oh, Mucky, you failed. Oh, Mucky, you didn't do this right. You understand? I started not caring what people say and rather do me. Just like with my TikToks, the moment I see some negativity coming from there, I block it out. Because I'm here to inspire positivity. I'm here to impact people's lives, you know, carry that light. And so numbing that noise kind of helps me and makes me carry on with who I am. You understand? So it's very important that you kind of pay attention to the good.
And welcome to Uninterrupted with me, David Mbeha. I am thrilled on this episode to be joined by somebody who, in my opinion, and it should be in everybody's opinion, hilarious. She is a comedian, she's a TikToker, she is a brand and event promoter. And every time that I watch her, I spend hours and hours and hours just listening and laughing hysterically. That's just how incredibly funny she is. She's also been nominated for the Simply You magazine, content creator for DSTV, as well as the Comedy Awards. She joins us on the session, the one and only Mucky Haushona Shikongoki. You know, when I was reading up on you, it kept appearing Shikongoki, and I'm like, perhaps her surname is Shikongoki.
Wow. Well, that's not actually the case.
Yeah.
Shikongoki comes from Shikongo, which is actually my mom's surname.
Okay.
So that's my mom's dad's surname.
Yes.
So I just kind of had to infuse it because I feel like I resonate so much with my granddad as well.
Okay.
So just to kind of lay the blueprint to say, you know what, let me prolong the legacy, so to say.
Yeah.
Let me carry that legacy with me wherever I go, just to shine some light on him as well.
Yeah, and that is beautiful. And Haushona, explain to us how Haushona is then your dad's surname, or is it your middle name?
Okay, that's actually my dad's surname.
Okay.
So my full name is Ndafa Mucky Haushona. And then the Shikongoki comes in extra.
Okay. One thing about you, you will always add extra.
I mean, what's life without extra, you know?
Yeah.
Boring.
And you know, I was on your Instagram, and you write with so much love every time that you refer to your mom. So I want to understand, what was it like as you were growing up? Did you grow with both your mom and your dad?
Okay, actually no. I grew up in Vambo location actually, where we had a lovely household where I was housed by my grandmother and my mom and her siblings. So being very intact with my mom's loving affair, so to say, it's because I feel like she has always been there with me. She carried me. And my dad, not to say that my dad hasn't been there, he has been there, but my mom was more of the parent figure that was constantly there. So that's why my mom, she's my day one till now. Hi, mommy. So yeah.
So what was it like coming from such a kind of family, and how do you think it has impacted the kind of person that you are today?
Okay, so basically in my grandmother's house, it was like a colorful household. And we have so many humorous characters in that house that kind of reflected who I am today, because I could pick up, like to say, I have an Uncle Tono. He's the most hilarious individual, and with that I tend to take some kind of sketches from him and I kind of imitate him, and then I present it in my TikTok videos as well. And so growing up, that kind of just stuck with me, and then it just
you know, every time I watch you, I'm thinking you're incredibly funny. But you are also incredibly talented in terms of your imitation, because you are so spot on. And I feel like that comes with the great amount of acting, that there's a great amount of acting that you need in order to imitate every skit spot on. Where did you learn that?
Okay, basically I didn't learn it from anywhere. So I think it's something that just genuinely came from within. Because the moment I started with TikTok, I didn't even know much of it. I didn't even know how it works, so to say. So it was a colleague of mine. She introduced me to TikTok. She was like, okay, Mucky, you're so bubbly. You're so lively. And I just feel like people need to feel your energy. So there's this thing called TikTok. And then I'm like, what is TikTok? Then she showed me a video of Somizi.
Yeah.
And then Somizi was singing an R&B song. And I'm like, okay, but how is he doing this? You understand? Because I could see his lips are syncing with the sound, but obviously it's not his voice. So I'm like, okay, let me try. And then the moment I went into it, I realized that, oh, it's not as easy as I think. You understand? It takes more. It's like you have to study, you have to learn the character, you have to memorize all the lines, and actually just to exude that whole scenario or that kind of character, you know? And then with me, I started practicing. Like they say, practice makes perfect. And that's how I just decided to be delivering my content on TikTok.
Yeah.
So to specialize and to be just in it and give it my best. And that's how I guess I managed to
So when you were growing up, would you say that you you always had like the funny bone within you? Like, were you the kind that was always entertaining everybody, be it at school or family events, just naturally being hilarious?
Okay, when it comes to the comedy side, I've always been the light-hearted person when it comes to situations. Like we'll be like in a disciplinary hearing or something, or you guys are called in by Kuku, which is not my grandmother. Like, okay, why did you guys do that? And then I'll be giggling at the back and everybody will be looking at me like, why is she laughing, you know? But then that was just me. I never took anything too serious. I always managed to find some kind of comedic thrill to something, you know, like, why are you guys so serious? You know, Kuku look at Kuku's wig, bruh. Like, why are you guys afraid of that woman, you know? And everybody's like seriously, Mucky? So that has always been me and just teasing people.
Yeah.
And the funny part is actually I was an entertainer, a dancer.
From an early age.
Yeah, so I used to dance for the likes of The Dog, Gaza and Sunny Boy. I don't know if you guys have seen the Balance music video.
Yes.
Well, the little girl was me. So that kind of resonates with me because I have never been shy from being Mucky.
Yeah.
And then the comedy side of me also just kind of intertwined with the entertainment. So I guess it has always been in me, so to say. Yeah.
I mean, when you start, obviously you are simply just enjoying it, being on TikTok, but now you start to gain the recognition where people are sharing your videos and everyone is recognizing you. What was that like for you?
Ooh, David, that was actually mind-blowing, hey? Because I can tell you about one incident where, or let's say the first time that I got that kind of recognition was a day when I was with my mom. We went to Nictus. We went to go look for a couch. And so now we're sitting on this couch because I came in right before that I actually shot a video. And then I even forgot about that whole TikTok live, you know, because I just literally felt like it's just taking your video and doing whatever you do and then you're out, you understand? Because everyone else was doing TikToks, you know. So I went in Nictus and some girl was standing like before us and she works at Nictus. And then she kept on looking at us. I'm like, I know, Mimi, why is she looking at us like that? You know, I even had to play the race card like, oh, it's because we are now, you know, so manager, you know. So I'm like, okay, Mimi, no, just get up and go get the sales rep and then we're out of here or whatever. Yeah. So my mom went and the girl was like, I'm sorry to disturb you, ma'am, but this lady, is she the one from TikTok? Then my mom's like, oh, yes. So homegirl went to the back, went to go get her colleagues, and they were like, oh my gosh, can we have pictures? I'm like, huh? TikTok? Because of TikTok? Like, really? So that was a moment where I was like, oh, okay, this is us. We have arrived, so to say, you understand?
You've created a name for yourself.
You know? And then recognition coming through, brands coming on board, and I was like, okay. we are here.
Yes.
So it was very overwhelming, but beautifully overwhelming, so to say.
Beautiful. And now you get nominated, when you get nominated for things like Simply You Magazine, DSTV, and the Comedy Awards. I mean, that was obviously never part of the plan. How does that affirm what you do now? And is there any kind of pressure that is associated with it?
Not quite, because I often remind myself why I have started doing TikTok, which is merely just making fun of whatever scenario was presented to me, or just having light of whatever, you understand. So the moment where I've seen like, okay, I have blown up, we are now here, I tend to take myself now more serious than I did before.
Yes.
Because, I mean, it's just not Mucky anymore. I mean, you have youngsters that are even looking up to you now. You have people that you are impacting, you understand? So now I have to be mindful as to what content I bring out. So it's no longer anything, it's no vulgar languages, it's nothing that's kind of attacking a certain gender or group of people, you understand? So yeah, with that, it now just kind of stretches me in a way to say that, okay, Mucky, this is how you should be now.
You're mindful about creating a brand, but at the same time, making sure that you stay true to who you are as Mucky, because that's who everyone fell in love with.
Exactly.
Right? Where do you see yourself taking this side of you in terms of comedy? Would you see yourself expanding it to stand-up comedy?
Okay, stand-up comedy has never been a thought to mind ever, because I've never actually even attended a stand-up comedy show before in my life, so I don't even know.
I feel you would be hilarious.
Really?
I feel I would be like the first in that row, just sitting there, laughing my lungs out.
I've never actually thought of it, but one thing that I've often thought of, maybe taking into acting classes, maybe being very comedic in a sense of like being the next Monica, so to say, with the Namibian thrill, obviously. Yes, certain type of things are in my mind, but stand-up comedy, maybe something that I should look upon. I think
you would be amazing in that. So, when you do what you do, you have the highs and you have the lows. Do you feel people are constantly expecting you to be the Mucky, the funny girl that we see, even on days when you're having a rough day? Do you feel like people are constantly expecting you to be funny?
That's the thing, actually. And one thing I would actually want people
the funniest part would be somebody running into you and be like, I'm not funny today.
Exactly.
I'm having a rough day.
No, actually, one thing that I actually want people to know, actually, just straight from the record, is that I'm also human. And everybody expects me to be this hilarious girl all the time, the energy. And I'll go somewhere and people will be like, yeah, Mucky, do that sketch, man. I'm like, no, it does not work like that. You understand? I'm a very quiet person, an introvert, by the way. I know it's very hard to believe because people are like, you're lying with all that bubbly energy of yours. You can't. But I'm actually an introvert, and sometimes I kind of like my space, and just to walk up in the place and you're just experiencing the whole ambience and not just expecting anybody to rock up to you, understand? But people feel like,
be funny all the time, and be energetic.
Then I'm just like, no, it's not like that. There's so much that goes into this as well, so
But what do you think? Because I know there's something that is very captivating about you. But when you analyze in terms of what you do, what do you think it is that just makes you captivating?
Basically, the skill that I put into my content, the work and the dedication, so to say that I take time to actually study the content in a way that, okay, if I have to see this character, how do I embody this character without just being me lip singing, so to say? So I have to put myself mentally into that character's shoes to actually feel how he feels or she feels, you understand? And with that, it allows me to radiate that whole thing out there for people to actually feel it. And with that kind of method that I have taught myself, people actually love it. And it had actually carried me throughout the years, because I started 2020 And now we're in 2025, and still every
And it's
video
still
that I
going.
throw out, people are still captivated by that. So I feel it's the way that I do the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's perfect that you let people know that this doesn't happen by chance. There's a lot of hard work that goes behind every video that you see. I practice and I'll give out my best, and that's why I think people notice, you know. Sometimes we're not aware of the hard work behind the scenes,
Yes.
but we know that there's just something different.
Yeah.
There's just something different in terms of, like, I could swear with every voiceover that is on your skit,
Yeah.
like, no, that was you. Like, that was you. Exactly.
I think maybe the flair, obviously, like my own staying true to myself, like even
Yeah.
though I'm gonna imitate a lady, so to say, she's from the Bashus, you
Yes.
understand, like from the informal settlements. I will still have my Brazilian hair,
Yeah.
shaking it like,
Yeah.
you understand? Like I will still be me, but yet embodying this character, which
Yeah.
I allow to keep the narrative of the situation or the
Yes.
scenario, so to say.
I mean, you spoke about your uncle being one of the inspirations for one of your skits because he's obviously funny. Who else comes to mind every time you're doing a skit to think, I think this could be my mom?
My grandmother.
Yeah.
My grandmother has been very dramatic. She's very strict, but she's very dramatic with her expressions. So especially like one particular video that kind of went viral where I was scolding my daughter, who by the name was Mulongo. I think it was the video that kind of went viral.
Yes.
So she was pregnant. And in that video, all those body movements and effects and whatever, that was actually my grandmother, because that's how she was, or that's how she is.
Yes.
Rather, because now she's older.
Yeah.
So she'll be like, you understand? She was that lady. So with
Yeah.
that, I kind of have her in my head. I'm like, okay, let me move into my grandmother's movements.
Yeah.
So she has really been that kind of inspiration. Whenever it comes to dramatic effects,
Yeah.
she kind of just gives me that.
No, that is beautiful. So when people meet you, obviously they see the success that you have built for yourself, online following and all that. But what do you want people to know behind the success that they're seeing online?
I would actually want them to know that Mucky has worked very hard, in a sense of it's not just this social media person that you see behind the wall, so to say. There's a Mucky who is an accountant, actually. There's a Mucky who has a career other than that, because I feel like there's a misconception when it comes to social media, especially when the person sees you doing this comedy sketch or whatever, he's like, she's dumb, she's just, but honestly, she's just a woman who is just carrying herself and sailing through the wonders of the world and just doing me, you understand? So I would really want people to actually pick up to say that we are humans, okay? We are not objects or this little thing or this picture, this video that you just see. We are actually human and we have lives. And that's what people don't tend to register. So maybe,
Yeah, I think that's beautiful. I like to also talk a little bit about failure because we become so fixated on success that we forget that sometimes the greatest lessons or that which can propel you to the next level actually comes from failure. What has been your understanding of failure?
Okay. Well, failure for me was when I failed my grade 12. Because at the moment I felt like it was the end of the world. It was very depressing. It was very demoralizing. But at the same time, I learned that failure is feedback. Just to let you know that, okay, you can improve here. You haven't done this, so maybe try from this angle and what so forth. And with that, it has pushed me to evolve and better myself by me enrolling myself the following year to the Tucson Center, where I upgraded my grade 12. And with that, it had allowed me to actually go into university. I graduated, I managed to obtain a job, and here I am today, you understand? So it was just one of those stepping blocks that you have to step on, because it's inevitable. Life can't just be smooth, you understand? You have to hit those obstacles and you have to learn how to overcome them. And with that, failure has just been a part of my journey, but you learn to say that, okay, this was what I didn't do right. Let me fix it. You understand?
Yeah.
So for me, failure has been that.
Yeah, that's beautiful how you say it, and I've never had anyone explain it in the way that you did. It's actually just feedback.
Yeah.
Because oftentimes we look at it, this is the end of the world. How am I gonna? And there's something that we also associate with failure. It's that shame.
Yeah.
Like as if now the whole world has seen me try and fail at something. And I think that in a way prevents us from being our greatest,
Yes.
because we feel like if I fail, then everybody is gonna see me fail.
100%.
How important is it, to, unlike focusing on what the people that are watching, but focusing on that feedback?
Yeah.
How important is that?
I think it's very crucial because, we are humans, and in a sense that where you focus your energy is where things kind of make you or break you, understand? So in that sense, I learned to divert my energy into something very positive or something very uplifting, and I kind of just numb the noise. I numb the shame that's coming from people, like to look at me and judge me, to say that, oh, Mucky, you failed. Oh, Mucky, you didn't do this right. You understand? I started not caring what people say and rather do me. Just like with my TikToks, the moment I see some negativity coming from there, I block it out. Because I'm here to inspire positivity. I'm here to impact people's lives, carry that light. And so numbing that noise kind of helps me and makes me carry on with who I am. You understand? So it's very important that you kind of pay attention to the good and positive things in your life.
Yeah. Oh, that is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. And I think on that note, I want to know, when you imagine, be it comedy, be it your skits, tell us, where do you see it going?
Okay.
Just manifest it.
Definitely on a global scale, where I actually want to be remembered as the person that brings joy and represented Namibia in such a very beautiful way on a very global scale, where we could connect with other people, you understand, to say that, oh, because of Mucky, we can do that, you understand? So with that also to impact on the next generation that's coming, to encourage them to be true to themselves and just let loose and follow the dreams. Because that's exactly what I had to learn at this dear age of mine, that actually, this is actually what I dreamed of when I was younger, and now it's actually happening just because I focus on that. So that is actually key. Yeah.
So everywhere you go, people know, oh, that's Mucky. Mucky just walked in. But what keeps you grounded despite all that?
What keeps me grounded is my humble heart and my family. I can be whoever, but my family will sure remind me to say that, Mucky, do you see your TikTok followers? Go wash the dishes. Go do what you understand. So
I can't wash the dishes. I'm a celebrity.
I'm like, guys, you see this? So my family keeps me grounded, and also my heart, who I am, because I don't see myself being better as anybody or being lesser than anybody, because I feel we are all humans in our different lights, you understand? So I try to, that's why with my content, actually, it resonates with everybody. And I try to treat everybody and to be around everybody as I would love them to be around me, you understand? Just to acknowledge everyone, to be respectful and kind. It doesn't cost much. Really?
And I can attest to that, because the first time when I met you, I remember it was in a show.
Oh, yes.
And the way that I approached you, it's like, I know this girl, because I am on her TikTok every day. So I know her. But the response that I got from you was so warm. And I feel like you have got such a beautiful spirit, and I want you to keep that spirit and that warmth that you have, because some people lose it along the way.
Yes.
Like this, you've got a certain light, and it's important to keep that light as you continue to grow and soar on in your career, because I think people just need more of that.
Thank you so much, David. That really means a lot, hey?
Yeah.
And I take it to heart, really. No, definitely going to keep on being me, okay? Nothing fancy. Okay, maybe this fancy is going to come along the way, but I'm still going to be Mucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is beautiful. Thank you so much for coming on this platform and for, just impacting knowledge and also getting to know you a little bit better because we see your skits, but it's important to know the person behind that, how they think, their views on the world. And I think that's what this episode has done, and it's really beautiful. So I just want to thank you for joining me.
Okay, but thank you so much for having me. It's truly an honor to be seated next to Mr. David. Where are we now? But thank you so much for having me. It has been a fantabulous time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.